Hello all. So today we'll be doing two problems. One problem from Francis turbine and the other problem from Kaplan turbine. Well, it is all both are part of your module 5 of your syllabus. So yeah. Now, a Francis turbine with an overall efficiency of 75% is required to produce 148.25 kilowatts. It is working under a head of 7.62 meters. The speed ratio is given as 0.26 and the flow ratio is given as 0.96. The speed of the turbine N is given by 150 rpm and the hydraulic losses are 22% of available energy. Assuming radial discharge, determine guide plate angle, wheel vane angle at inlet, diameter of wheel at inlet, and width of the wheel at inlet. Now, in this question, they have asked all the details with respect to inlet. Now, since angles have been asked, it is mandatory that you draw your velocity triangle. Now, here, the data given here as follows. The first thing they have given is the overall efficiency. So that is 75%, that is 0.75. Then they've given the shaft power, that is 148.25 kilowatt. They have given you the head, that is 7.62 meters. The flow ratio is 0.96. The speed ratio is 0.26. Now your flow ratio is to calculate the velocity of flow. Your speed ratio is to calculate your velocity of vane or blade. The speed of the turbine is 150 and the hydraulic losses are 22% of the head. Okay, so generally hydraulic losses, you can calculate your hydraulic efficiency. So you can say the initial head is H and the outlet, at outlet there is a loss of 22%. So we have H minus 22, 0.22 H. So we'll be calculating the hydraulic efficiency by knowing the hydraulic losses. Now, since angles are being asked, you have to draw the velocity triangle. And they have mentioned in the problem that radial discharge is assumed. So radial discharge, it is understood that Francis turbine has a radial discharge. So sometimes they won't give that in the problem. So when I say radial discharge, the beta angle is equal to 90 degree. And since it's 90 degree, your VW2 is equal to 0 and V2 is equal to VF2. Now here, so for doing the problem, for finding the angles alpha and theta, we should know U1, VW1 and VF1. So for calculating U1 and VF1, the ratios are being given. So we'll be making use of that. And then for calculating my VW1, I'll be making use of your hydraulic efficiency formula. Okay, and here we know U1 and U2 are different, so it's essential that we designate it as U1 and U2 as always. So your U1 is given by pi d1 n by 60. Your U2 is given by pi d2 n by 60. Your U2 is would not be very useful because they have only asked terms with respect to your inlet. I'll be calculating U1 first, that is speed ratio into root 2gh. The speed ratio is 0.26 into root 2gh. Your h is 7.62. I'll be getting U value as 3.179 meter per second. Next is the velocity of flow at inlet, flow ratio into root 2gh. Remember, speed is for U, that is your velocity of vane or blade, and flow is for the velocity of flow, so VF1. So here flow ratio is 0.96 into root 2gh. We'll be getting it as 11.738 meter per second. Remember, always your V is always greater than your U. It can't be the vice versa. And then to calculate your hydraulic efficiency, losses are given. So the initial head is H. So there's a loss of head. They've told 22% is a loss. So when I put in the formula, I'll be having H initially minus 0.22 H divided by H. I'll be getting my hydraulic efficiency as 0.78. And this hydraulic efficiency is for calculation of your VW1. So for finding the value of alpha, we require VF1 divided by VW1. For calculating the value of theta, we require VF1 divided by VW1 minus U1. So it is required that we should know these three values. So in this, we already know U1 and VF1. So we need to calculate VW1, which I'll be calculating from my hydraulic efficiency. So your hydraulic efficiency is given. Sorry. Yeah. So your hydraulic efficiency is given VW1 U1 divided by GH. So you know hydraulic efficiency, you know the value of U1, you know the value of G and H. So I can get your VW1 value. So that is equal to 18.34 meter per second. Now we can calculate the angles. So at inlet, first I'll calculate the guide blade angle alpha. So your tan alpha is given by VF1 by VW1. Substituting the values, 11.738 divided by 18.34. If I substitute it, I'll be getting the value of alpha as 32.619 degrees. So this is my guide blade angle alpha. Then they've asked you the wheel vane angle at inlet. So the vane angle at inlet. So as I told you earlier, tan theta is equal to VF1 divided by VW1 minus U1. So if I substitute it, I'll be getting, I know VF1 is 11.738, VW1 is 18.34 minus U1 is 3.179. I'll be getting the value of theta as 37.74 degree. Remember, whenever angles are being asked, it is mandatory that you draw your velocity triangle. Now next they've asked you the diameter of the wheel at inlet and the width of the wheel at inlet. Remember, for finding the diameter, we know there are two values for your velocity of vane or blade. The first we calculated with respect to the speed ratio. The other formula is your pi dn by 60. So we'll be making use of that for calculating the diameter of wheel at inlet. We know that U1 is equal to pi d1 n by 60. So I can calculate my d1 from there, 60 U1 by pi n. Remember here U1 and U2 are not same. So it is important that you designate it separately. So substituting that, I'll be getting D1 is equal to 0.4047 meters. Now next, to calculate the width of the wheel at inlet, we'll be calculating the discharge, and we know for your Francis turbine, there's a formula for discharge, that is pi D1 B1 by VF1. So first, the overall efficiency is given. Your overall efficiency is shaft power by water power. Water power, its a standard formula is rho GQH by 1000. Shaft power is already given in your this. So with knowing all these details, we can find the unknown Q. So I'm substituting the Q value. So shaft power is 148.25. Your density of water is 1000. G is 9.81. This, and your overall efficiency is 0.75. So I can get the value of Q as 2.644 meter cube per second. But for discharge, again, there's a standard formula, pi D1 B1 VWN. We know the value of D1, we know the value of VF1. So we can substitute and can find the value of B1, that is equal to 0.177 meters. So this ends my question here. We have found out all the four terms required for your Francis turbine. Now next is my Kaplan turbine. Kaplan turbine problems are very important. Every year there's a definite problem in Kaplan turbine. So here we go. A Kaplan turbine working under a head of 20 meters develops 11,772 kilowatt shaft power. The outer diameter of the runner is 3.5 meters and the hub diameter is 1.75 meters. The guide blade angle at the extreme edge of runner is 35 degree. The hydraulic efficiency is equal to 88% and overall efficiency is equal to 84%. If the velocity of whirl is 0 at outlet, determine first one, the runner vane angles at inlet and outlet and the speed of the turbine. So here they've asked you the angles here. So again, it is mandatory that you draw the velocity triangle for the Kaplan turbine. Remember, for Francis and Kaplan, the velocity triangle looks the same, but the conditions are different. In your Francis, U1 is not equal to U2. It is given by two different formulas. Whereas in your Kaplan turbine, U1 is equal to U2 and your VF1 is equal to VF2. So we'll see what and all data is given. So this is the data given. Your H is 20 meters. Shaft power is given by 11,772 kilowatt. The outer diameter, that is your DO, is given by 3.5 meters. And the diameter of the hub or the boss, DB, is given by 1.75 meters. Alpha is given as 35 degrees. The hydraulic efficiency is 0.88. The overall efficiency is 0.84. And VW2 is equal to 0. See, it is not necessary to give the detail. It is understood that for Francis and Kaplan turbine, the discharge at the outlet is radial. So here again, so we'll start off. So here there is no values given. There is no speed ratio, flow ratio. So we'll start with the velocity triangle at inlet and outlet. Okay, so here they've asked you to find the value of theta, and they've also asked you to find the value of phi. And they've told to find the speed of the turbine in RPM, that is your N value. So as I told you here, U1 is equal to U2 is equal to pi, outer diameter N by 60, and VF1 is equal to VF2. So first we'll make use of whatever we can find out. Now here we know that we don't know VF1, we don't know VW1, we don't know U1. There's no speed ratio and flow ratio given, but they've given the value of alpha. Okay, so I can make use of this alpha angle. And so first what I'm doing, I'm making use of my overall efficiency, that is shaft power by water power, so that I can get the discharge, and from the formula of discharge I can calculate my VF1 value. So here shaft power by water power, the water power is again standard rho GQH by 1000. So when I substitute the overall efficiency, I'll be getting a discharge as 71.428 meter cube per second. Remember that whenever shaft power is coming, it is always the overall efficiency, shaft power by water power. I'm speaking this because two efficiencies are given. They're given both hydraulic efficiency as well as your overall efficiency. So shaft power, it's always your overall efficiency. So again, for discharge, if there's a standard formula in Kaplan turbine, that is equal to pi by 4 into outer diameter square minus diameter of the hub or boss square into VF1. So using this, I can calculate the value of VF1. So I'll be getting, substituting the equations, I'll be getting VF1 is equal to 9.9 meter per second. Okay, and here I've calculated only till 1 decimal, but please calculate up to 3 decimals, 2 to 3 decimals, it's always better. So we have calculated VF1. So knowing the angle alpha, I can calculate VW1 too. Okay, and U1, I've got one more formula. There are two formulas for U1. One is by your speed ratio. The other is by pi d n by 60. So here you'll be having pi d outer diameter n by 60. So we come directly to inlet. At inlet, we are making use of tan alpha. So tan alpha is given as 35. We know it is VF1 by VW1. So from there, I can get the value of VW1 as 9.9 divided by tan 35. That is equal to 14.14 meter per second. Now, my next thing is to find out the value of your U1. So for calculating U1, I'll make use of your hydraulic efficiency. My hydraulic efficiency formula is VW1 U1 by GH. So I know VW1, GH and hydraulic efficiency. I'll be able to calculate my U1 value. So substituting all these values, I'll be getting U1 is equal to 12.21 meter per second. Now coming to vane angle, so vane angle I need to substitute. Your vane angle tan theta is given by VF1 This is your theta angle, VF1 divided by CD. Your CD is nothing but VW1 minus U1. So substituting that, I'll be getting the value of theta is 78.97 degrees. So I've calculated the runner vane angles at inlet. Now next I have to find at the outlet. So I'll make use of the condition. I know that at inlet and outlet your U1 is equal to U2, and at inlet and outlet your velocity of flow is same. Vf1 is equal to Vf2. Now, now coming to outlet, we have to find the value of phi. So phi we know it is equal to Vf2 divided by U2. So I'll be using the same equation here. At outlet, vane angle at outlet phi is equal to Vf2 divided by U2. That is equal to 9.9 divided by 12.21. So I'll be getting the value of phi as 39.035 degrees. And finally, they've asked you the speed of the turbine in N. So again, I'll be making use of the U value. So U is given as 12.21 meter per second. You know the value of pi, you know the value of D naught, and 60. So we can calculate the value of N. So calculating it, I'll be getting the value of N as 66.63 RPM. Thank you for the class.